In the end, I don't care whether you love me or you hate me, just as long as I win. The deck is stacked, the rules are rigged. Welcome to the death of the Age of Reason. There is no right or wrong, not anymore. There's only being in, and then being out.
Part 1. The World Behind the Curtains. I don't apologize, as long as, in the end, I come out winning. This line may sound like arrogance, but in truth, it describes the silent logic that governs the world behind the scenes. While most people live believing in morality, fairness, and balance, there is a small group that understands something deeper. Power does not follow those rules. Power has its own laws, laws that aren't written, laws no one teaches, but laws everyone obeys without realizing it. In this invisible world, there are no apologies, only recalibrations. There is no guilt, only strategy. There is no defeat, only stages. Power players watch every gesture, every reaction, every hesitation. They see what others don't: insecurities, ambitions, unspoken fears. To them, humanity is an emotional chessboard, and every person is a piece with a specific value. Most people move through life seeking kindness, validation, and understanding. But power players don't move for approval, they move for advantage. They don't speak to be liked, they speak to direct. They don't get close out of affection, they get close out of utility. And they never reveal their true intentions until necessary. While ordinary people expose dreams, desires, and weaknesses freely, power players hide everything. They know that whatever you reveal can be used against you, and whatever you hide can become your strongest weapon. Part 2. The Mind of the Player. Silence, Observation, and Control. Power players understand something essential. Silence is stronger than any argument. They rarely explain themselves, rarely justify anything, rarely show urgency. This creates the impression that they are always in control, even when they're not. Their silence creates tension, and tension makes others fill the void with words. Words that reveal fears, desires, intentions. Words that become emotional ammunition. While most people talk to feel safe, power players listen to become armed. They cultivate an image that blends mystery and stability, not to appear superior, but because predictability is weakness. A predictable person is easy to manipulate. An unreadable person must be respected. That is why power players never show what they want, what they fear, or what they're planning. They don't expose neediness, they don't chase approval, and they don't show emotional hunger. The simple illusion of self-sufficiency is enough to build an invisible kind of authority. Another principle they follow: power players never fight battles they can't win. If the situation is not favorable, they don't engage. If the environment is unstable, they wait. If the opponent is emotional, they withdraw. Victory for them is not an impulse, it's a calculation. Every conflict has a cost, and I only pay that cost when the return is guaranteed. Emotional energy is currency, and they spend it only where profit exists: psychological, social, or strategic. But their greatest skill is this: they don't control people, they control narratives. Power players know that if they shape the story others believe, they control behavior without issuing a single command. They don't impose force, they impose interpretation. Sometimes they don't even need to say much. A suggestion, a pause, a subtle expression, a well-timed silence is enough. They operate in the spaces between words, where human psychology is most vulnerable. Part 3. The Price of Power and the Legacy of Those Who Master It. There is a side most people never notice. The game of power demands a price. To stay ahead, power players must live with emotional distance, external judgment, and an internal vigilance that never sleeps. They cannot afford impulsive reactions, emotional explosions, or vulnerability in the wrong moments. They study social risks, adjust their behavior, preserve their reputation, and analyze the intentions of everyone around them. To outsiders, this looks like coldness, but for them, it is simply self-preservation. Yet this mindset grants something rare: freedom. Those who master the game don't depend on approval, don't bend to social expectations, and don't become prisoners of opinions. They walk their own path, even when it's harsh, and they achieve something uncommon: silent influence. They remain in control not because they speak the loudest, but because they understand the deepest mechanics of human behavior. They know when to speak, when to wait, when to retreat, and when to strike with surgical precision. And here lies the uncomfortable truth: everyone is playing, whether they realize it or not. Some play for acceptance, others for affection, others for fear or safety, but few play with strategy. A person's greatest vulnerability is not knowing they are part of a game and believing that everything can be solved with good intentions. Power is rarely taken by those who want to seem good. It is taken by those who understand how people truly function. In the end, power players don't win because they are cruel or brilliant. They win because they are conscious. They recognize the hidden rules that move the world and learn to use them before the world uses them against them. And that is why the opening line is not arrogance. It is a philosophy. A philosophy that, once understood, changes the way you see others and the way you see yourself. So now tell me, are you playing the game or are you being played?